Subscribe now and press the bell icon.
Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to look into one more topic, that is the era of the coalition politics. So student, in the year 1990s, the 1990s means after 1990s and after that is the period of significant changes that took place in India, independent India. So here one more change was there, which was a significant, that was the era of coalition politics. So as you know very well that there is a multi-party democratic system was started already, because prior to that there was a one-party dominance was there, which was the Congress party was dominating, but later there was a multi-party democracy has taken root in our country, and because of that the coalition era was started. So how it was started? What are the things came together for the starting of this coalition period? What happened exactly there during that particular period? So when we say that there was a multi-party democratic system was there, means there were so many parties were there, and whenever there was an election was there, so in that election no single party could win the majority of the seats, and as no single party could win the majority of the seats, so they cannot form their own government. So they were unable to win that number of seats. So during that period most of the governments since 1989, so there were either the governments were the coalition governments or there were minority governments were there. So what is coalition government means? When any particular single party cannot form the government, then they take the support of other political parties to form the government. So that is a coalition government. And there was minority governments were also there. Minority government means less than 50% of the seats any particular single party is winning, and they have only less than 50% of the seats they have won, and then there is a formation of the government. That type of government is known as a minority government. So after 1989 most of the governments were either they were the coalition government or they were the minority governments were there. So what were the problems of these minority governments, or what were the problems of the coalition governments? So the basic problem of the coalition government was that the parties, there was a need for the policies and programs should be accommodated together, and ideologies also, because there is so many partners are coming and they are forming the governments, and therefore so many policies and programs are to be accommodated. And second thing, there should be a common agreement should be arrived at, means there should be agreement between the other partners, all the partners, those who are in the government, there should be a common agreement should be there. So this is one problem was there. And any particular single party or the major party cannot pursue their agenda, and they have to tone down their approach. Tone down there means whenever they feel that their agenda is to be followed, but they cannot follow it, they cannot pursue it, even if they strongly feel that their agenda should be followed, but they cannot do so. Why they cannot do so? Because there was a fear that other political parties from whom they have taken the support, they will withdraw their support and the government will fail. So that was the fear was there. So we can say this particular thing as a instability. Instability means no government cannot last long, means they cannot complete their term because of that. So this was one problem was there. First thing, there was a accommodation of so many policies and programs are to be accommodated, and the parties cannot pursue their extreme agenda, even though they feel they cannot do so because of the fear of the support, withdrawal of the support. Means other political parties, they will withdraw their support because they will say that why you have taken our support. As you have taken our support, then you should take care or to take into consideration our agenda also. Why you are taking your agenda only? So they will say like that, and they if the major political parties which have taken the support, so that will be in danger. So therefore these people, they were taking advantage. Who were taking advantage? The small political parties, they were also taking the advantage of the situation, because they were always, every now and then they will be threatening the major political party to withdraw their support if their agenda is not followed or if their policies are not followed. So here there was a one more thing was there, that was a policy paralysis. Policy paralysis is what? Where the situation in that coalition government, the major political party cannot implement any policy which is called for a serious change, even if they feel that this particular policies or program will be very good and that will bring more change in the country. Even if they feel like that, but only because due to the fear, what fear? That the other political parties from whom they have taken the support, they will withdraw their support and the government will collapse. So this is what the policy paralysis was there. But here till up to few years there was a instability was there, but later, in the later coalitions, there was a lot of stability was there in these coalition governments. So in what way, how there was a coalition was there? So here the coalition, later coalition formed, they have put in place certain things. What is that? The first thing, that is the multiple mechanism they have put in place. Common minimum program they have started, and coordination committees. What is that? The multiple mechanism like common minimum program was started, and second thing, there was a coordination committees were made. Because of these, there was a no instability. There stability was there in the coalition government. So examples are that BJP led NDA government. Okay, one more example is that is one more is that is UPA government. UPA means United Progressive Alliance, and NDA means National Democratic Alliance. One is led by BJP, another is led by Congress. UPA is led by Congress. So here in these coalition government there was a stability. What do you mean by stability? They could complete their term. Okay, if any particular government come to power in the parliament, then they should complete at least 5 years. So they could complete their 5 years of term, and in case of UPA it was happened like that. They not only completed their term, but they were re-elected. So this is the era of coalition politics. I hope you understood that.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon.
Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to discuss one more topic, that is the economic liberalization. So liberalization means a free trade. So here, before the 1991, that is after 1950s, when we got the independence in 1947, and then planning commission was made, and after that we have decided that our trade will be restricted trade will be there. Restricted trade means there will be a barrier will be there on the trade barrier on the import and export. There will be a barrier will be there, and such type of trade was called as a restricted trade, where there is a barrier is there. Barrier means tax was the one of the barrier was there. So earlier the trade was not so free trade, it was not there till the year 1991. So there were also so many reasons were there of that, you know very well, because we were just we got independence and we want to protect our industries, protect our small scale industries, large scale industries, all type of industries we want to protect. So in order to protect our own industries, our own goods, we need to follow this particular policy of the restricted trade, where there is a barrier is kept on the goods, imported items which are coming from the foreign countries, to protect our own goods. So this was a policy was followed, but later in 1991 there was a certain situations were there. Under that situation we have to accept the liberalization, economic liberalization. What were the situations? The first thing, in 1991, when the VP Singh government fell, after that there was a serious problem was there, economic crisis was there in our country. That was our reserve of the foreign currency was virtually exhausted. Now these reserves of the foreign currency with which we can pay our debts, we can pay our loan. So now India was in a situation that it cannot pay their debts, whatever the loan they have taken from the foreign banks, world banks, that they cannot take, and they cannot pay off their import bills. So India was in difficulty during that period, and so India would be a default in payment. Default in payment means they cannot pay their loans. So in this situation there was in 1992, after the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated in the year 1991 by LTT, and after that there was election was also there, and because of the sympathy again Congress party came, and PV Narasimha Rao during that period he became the Prime Minister of India, and he has accepted this liberalization policy was started by him only, liberalization. Why? Because our reserves were not there, we cannot pay the debts, we cannot pay our import bills, and because of that we have to go to the International Monetary Fund. International Monetary Fund, we have to take the loan from them. Now we have to solve this crisis. The problem was there, economic crisis was there. Then the PV Narasimha Rao, the then Prime Minister of India, he approached the International Monetary Fund there, and but these International Monetary Fund, they laid down certain stringent conditions on India. So this is known as a structural adjustment program. Stringent conditions were, certain conditions were laid down in front of India. Okay, they were ready to give the loan to us, but they said that certain conditions you should fulfill those conditions, and that forced India to accept a policy of liberalization. So that was the beginning of the liberalization policy in our country. Now what were the four major adjustments, conditions were there we have to accept? So what is that? The first, drastic reduction of the government expenditure. Now government is reducing their expenditure, okay, because we are running short of money, our reserve was exhausted, so we have to do the saving. Very simple. So we have to do the saving means we have to cut down our government expenditure. So what type of government expenditure they cut down? They stop giving the subsidies to the farmers. Earlier they used to give the subsidy in the seeds, subsidy in the fertilizers and etc. Then expenditure on the public services. Different public services are there, public services, railways and all those transportation, public services. So they wanted to reduce that expenditure also, health also. So health is also one. Government hospitals are there all over the country. So that is what the public things, public services, these are the public services. So they cut down their expenditure. This is the first thing. Then second thing, reducing restriction and taxes on the import of foreign goods. Very important thing, they reduce the restriction. Earlier there was a restriction was there, okay, before 1992 there was a restriction was there, but now we need to reduce the restriction, taxes on the import of foreign goods. Then reducing the restriction on the foreign investment in India. Foreign investment was also not welcome prior to that. Welcome means foreign people, they cannot come and invest their money, and they cannot start their own companies as we see today. That is, the multinational companies are there all over India. In different places there are multinational companies are there. So this is a sign of liberalization. So we have given them permission to start the industries, okay. So that is, the foreign investment was welcome in our country. And so many sectors of the economy, different sectors of the economy like telephone, banking, airlines, okay, even the schools also, hospitals also. So all these sectors were open to the private investors. Private people, they can start their own banks, private banks. As we see, Axis Bank is there now. Different other banks are there. They are the private banks. Okay, so this is the telephone services, private telephone services now. Airtel, Aircel, Hutch. So many different companies are there. Earlier there was only one company was there. That was a BSNL. That was a government company. So, but now in 1992 we have accepted these also, and these are the earlier all these things, that is a telephone, banking, airlines, hospitals, they were the government monopoly. Government monopoly means the private people were not allowed to come into that. They cannot open their own telephone company, or they cannot open their own banks like that. So this was there. So these are the four things were there. But this had impact, positive and negative impact was also there because of this. The one more, because of this liberalization policy, what was the impact was there? The first impact was this liberalization policy forced Indian business to compete with global manufacturers. We are forced to compete with them. Of course, there is a advantage of that is also there. We can improve our goods, our quality was improved. When we are competing with each other, then we try to improve our quality. So this is also one more benefit was also there. Then this liberalization policy setting up of the industries were there by the foreign companies, because foreign investment was allowed. So many new companies were formed. So what is the positive impact? Positive impact is that when the companies were formed, one more thing happened, that is, a job was created. So many jobs were also created. Okay, so this is what this is the positive impact was there. But what about the negative things? Negative things were also there. A lot of hardship to the common people. First thing, because the government cut their expenditure. I told you, they cut their expenditure. They stopped giving the subsidies to the farmers. They stopped their expenditure on the health. So there was hardship was there for the common people. Common people were suffered a lot because of that. Okay, and one more thing, there was so many factories were closed down due to influx of cheap foreign goods. This is a negative impact is there. Now because there was a import bill. The import tax was reduced. Tax was reduced. Restriction was not there. So many imported items started coming to India. Okay, and because of that, the local companies who were producing the same items, okay, they suffered because they cannot compete with them. Why? In what way they cannot compete? Because their quality the quality of the foreign goods will be very good, and they will be cheaper. One thing, quality, and second thing, their price will be less in the market. So therefore, what happened here? The people, those who were the small manufacturers were there, small factories were there, so they suffered a lot because of the arrival of the cheap foreign goods. This is the negative impact was there. And one more thing happened, that is that there was a privatization was also there. Privatization, there is so many private enterprises were started. Government allowed to start different sectors in the private, that is the telephone companies, airlines, and banking, hospitals, schools, etc. So they can start, the private schools can be started there. But this had impact on the people, common people, because the people, they have to shell out more money. Shell out more money means they have to give more money for all these services, public services. So this is the liberalization policy. There are two things are there. There is a positive impact is also there, and negative impact is also there. So I hope you understood this. This is the economic liberalization. Thank you.